When you're feeling afraid in the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters. Did you start the podcast?
Yeah, I did. Hello, everybody. Welcome to We Talk About Stuff podcast, where we do exactly that. My name is Anthony, and today I am joined with my very good friends, the Stupendous Wave.
I live.
And my brother, Michael.
Who are you gonna call? Spoiler alert, it's the Ghostbusters.
So, I know they were just singing the Ghostbusters theme song, but this episode
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Not even remotely Ghostbusters related. It's all Star Wars because today is Force Friday.
I thought this was Ghostbusters only territory.
Yeah, you guys can keep singing Ghostbusters if you want, but it is. I'm afraid of no ghosts. Yeah, today's all Star Wars. I got a lot of Star Wars stuff to talk about. First off, I think how was everybody's Force Friday? I know we all went to like Toys R Us's and stuff. Me and my brother went together. We never.
I felt like such a man going to a toy store at midnight.
Yeah, it was really crazy. There was
really
so
brought
many
out
people.
my inner man.
Me and my brother, we didn't know what to expect. We've never been to one of these.
I thought there was going to be like 2 people.
Yeah, I didn't think there was going to be that many people. We go there and there's like freaking 200 people in line. And when we got in, everybody's just like beating each other over the head with lightsabers, trying to get all the Black Series action figures. And it was just crazy. When we got there was none. And
because I bought them all.
Yeah, apparently that's a big thing that people go there for. I'm not much of a collector of anything, but I thought it was interesting, so I picked myself up a BB-8 plushie, and I'm gonna press the button so you guys can hear him. Yep.
What was that BB-8?
Yeah,
who are you gonna call?
BB-8. I really love him. He's really cool. I'll probably post a picture of him on Twitter. And Michael got like this little Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. What did you get, Stoops?
I named him Timmy.
I got all the Lego sets.
Explain. Which Lego sets did he get?
He said all of them.
Yeah, Anthony. Kind of self-explanatory.
Well, maybe people that are listening don't know.
I know. I got a First Order Transporter, Captain Phasma. I got the Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. I got the Millennium Falcon. I got Rey's Speeder. I got Poe Dameron's X-Wing.
Oh,
I got First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter. I believe we see Captain Phasma in that in the trailer. And I got the First Order Snow Speeder. So I got them all. And they're amazing.
That's pretty cool. I'm very jealous. I literally went in there and I was like, okay, how do I spend $10?
We got free posters.
Yeah, we got like 3 Kylo Ren posters that are really cool. But anyway, I hope for all those who are listening that also participated in Force Friday, got something special. I think this movie is going to be pretty special, so I hope you all had a good time. But anyway, let's get into the news. So because it's Force Friday, they've been releasing a lot of toys, and just earlier today, they released a Kylo Ren and a Finn action figure that had like speaking action. I don't know what it's called. They spoke. There was volume to them, but they were saying lines from the movies and stuff. And it's the first time we got to hear either of their voices, because if you go back to any of those trailers, or any of the footage that's come out, you never once hear either of their voices. Along with Ray, we still haven't heard Ray's voice. If I'm correct, we've only heard 4 people's voices, right? We've heard Han Solo's, we've heard General Snoke's, or Supreme Leader Snoke, not General Snoke. We heard Luke Skywalker and Chewbacca. Those are the 4 voices.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call?
Chewbacca.
Ghostbusters.
I didn't get that one.
Idiot.
But, so we finally got to hear Kylo Ren and Finn's voice, and let's start off with Kylo Ren. His voice is so like robotic sounding. He's clearly got some sort of like modulator in his mask.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's the thing. I made a video about this a little earlier, and I mentioned that the way that Kylo Ren is supposed to be is like a character, from what I understand, is kind of like a Darth Vader fanboy, and I think that that's probably the reason why he wears the mask. I'm sure there are other Knights of Ren that are also wearing masks, but I think that's part of it. I think they want to kind of emulate Darth Vader. I think they're trying to become Sith themselves, but I mean, I thought it was really cool. And another thing I liked about his voice is it seems so relaxed. It seems very like I mentioned in the video that it sounded like kind of like a broken soul, but he either goes from like kind of like anxious and like angry at the same time sounding, or he's just very calm. There's a lot of lines that he says that are I think really cool. One of them is I'm immune to the lights, and that's just getting me excited. And I think the best one here is together we will destroy the Resistance and the Last Jedi. So, what do you guys think of this so far?
Good.
Could you give a little more, Stu? Other than good?
Sounds really good.
So you went from good to really good?
Yeah.
What's next?
Pretty good.
Really, really good?
It sounds like he's freaking tired, like me. But, I like it, man. It's good. Let's get... The Last Jedi thing, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I wonder
like
who he's
said,
referring to.
There's no more... Oh, I wonder who he's referring to. It's Luke.
Could it be the Ghostbusters?
I assume it's
Luke.
Luke, but you never
Who
know.
else
Maybe
would
he's
it be?
talking
It'd
about
probably be
Finn.
Luke.
Maybe Finn's a freaking Jedi.
No, he's not. He won't be a Jedi till the next movie. But I like Kylo Ren's voice. Finn, he's like, I've had a really tough day and stuff.
Yeah.
Not like I had a tough day, but Finn says that. And I'm like, oh, Finn, that sucks.
Yeah, and about Finn, one thing that I think is really cool is nobody knew if he was going to have an American accent or a British accent because, in real life, I can't
He's
believe
bloody
I'm forgetting
British,
his name.
mate.
John Boyega.
Yeah, John Boyega. He has a very heavy British accent. And I've even heard people complain about other movies that he's in where it's hard to understand what he's saying sometimes because his accent is so heavy, and people were worried about this. And I've heard people say that that's even the reason why you never hear him talk in any of the trailers yet, is because they're trying to hide his voice from people, because it would be hard to understand or something. And I didn't believe that because I was confident that he'd be able to actually tone back his accent. But now we know that he's not going to have the accent at all. And I think that he sounds really good actually. I think
he does. He sounds like when he's like
Luke.
I can't believe I trusted you, or I can't believe I saved you.
Yeah, I like the one where
I wonder
like,
who he's talking to.
Yeah, I know. I hope he's talking to
maybe Han Solo.
He could be talking, for all we know, to Captain Phasma.
Why would he save Captain Phasma?
Because isn't he a stormtrooper?
Yeah, he is a stormtrooper, but I'm not sure if he's. The rumor is that he was put out for the first time on Kylo Ren's this search and destroy team for Jedi and stuff, and that just Kylo Ren sensed the Force sensitive, which was actually Finn, and he just went crazy and started killing people.
I think we should have an all British version of Star Wars.
One of the lines he says I really like is, "My name is Finn, and I'm in charge now."
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of it is more like the action figure is just saying like, duck and cover, or get behind the shields, just quick little things
like
that
action figure stuff.
Yeah, if you're playing with an action figure, you want it to seem like a battle zone or whatever. So I understand all of that. And what else did he say? He said, "We go back to Jakku, we die." I thought that was pretty cool. It makes me wonder what's happening on Jakku after these.
Well, Jakku was there was the big fight there.
Yeah, and there's the explosion in the trailer and stuff where they're all running away, including BB-8. Like my BB-8
wonder
right here.
who used to be in charge. So if he's in charge now, who used to be in charge?
Han Solo.
It should be the Ghostbusters.
Oh.
I don't want to sing the song anymore.
I'll break out into full song right now.
I'm very excited about these voices for some reason. I'm just glad to know what they sound like now. I'm so excited for the next trailer because I think we're going to get to see them talk in the next trailer.
And
Gasp!
Yeah. But, so now we have some casting news for Star Wars Episode 8. I think this is really interesting because it's supposed to be for a young female lead in Star Wars Episode 8. And there are 3 people on shortlist right now. One of them being Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin, Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black, and then Olivia Cook from Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. And
I've never seen any of those things.
Yeah, when I heard these names, I didn't recognize them. I haven't seen any of the things that they're in.
I heard Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
Yeah, I've heard about the things they're in. I haven't seen them, though. And I thought to myself, like, okay, if, I like when Star Wars is casting unknown actors, because that's one of the big problems, I think, with prequels. It's something that I think the originals did very well, was casting, because nobody really knew any of the people that were in the original trilogy until, like, Harrison Ford blew up after Star Wars. And
blew up in a plane on a golf course.
Yeah. Almost.
Mike.
But,
you insensitive.
Yeah.
He lived. It's okay.
Yeah. Thank God he's alright.
He ruined the golf course.
That would have sucked. You would have ruined that whole trilogy if he died.
R.I.P. in peace, golf course.
Yeah, but I think that this casting is interesting because, to me, when I hear this, I'm just like, what happened to Rey? What's going on? How come they're casting a female lead? I thought we already had our female lead. You know what I mean? It's making me wonder, like, is she gonna be okay? Is she gonna make it out of this movie? And I have a theory about kind of who this character might be, but I hope they're not gonna kill Rey. I don't think they would, but I don't know what to think about that.
Well, Anthony,
I'll kill
there
that.
can be more than one girl in a movie.
Yeah, I know, but
Yes.
they said it was a young female lead, and we already have that. I'm just
So they'll play like a Lando role, like a Lando side
that's
role.
what I was thinking. But here's something I thought would make sense. We know that Benicio del Toro is most likely playing a villain
Yeah, because he'll never play a good guy.
in Star Wars Episode 8. So I kind of thought, what if they did kind of like a Ronin Nebula kind of thing with the villain?
Kylo Ren. Ooh.
No, with Benicio del Toro's character, and then maybe one of these actresses, maybe give her kind of like a Nebula type of role. You know what I mean? From Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do you think he'll be playing an Ida Ren?
You know what? That would be interesting. I kind of get the feeling that he isn't going to be.
I thought that the Night Around were going to be bodyguards.
Michael, Jesus, stop.
Get it? Because Anthony thought they were bodyguards. Idiot.
Basically, if I ever make a short
Laugh
video,
it up, Fuzzball.
yeah, exactly. Whenever I make videos by myself, like the short ones that are only a few minutes long, for some reason I'm really nervous when I make them, and I trip up my words, and I call the Knights of Ren Kylo Ren's bodyguard.
You didn't trip up your words.
Yeah, I
You were
know,
just
but I was
dumb.
just I was in a haste. I was trying to go fast.
You could have always remade it.
Michael, gee.
Michael, stop.
But what do you
You
think?
savage. You called Arden savage.
I'm the Savage Dragon. Subscribe to me.
You're terrible.
Anyway, Stoops, what do you think about this casting? Who do you think that this could be?
I think...
And I'm sorry, I feel like interrupting you, even though I just let you talk.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say you can't have more than one female lead.
You kind of
know
were
it-
talking
I
like
know
that.
it kind of
What?
sounded like that, but
There could be more than one?
I get that
Like
it sounded
another
like that.
girl
But,
in a movie?
woman-
Get
I'm
right.
well aware you could have more than one woman in a movie. Anyway, go. Continue.
The times have
Sorry.
changed. Before they couldn't vote, and now we could have 2 women in a movie.
Well, what I would like to see, I want to see a female Sith. It's about dang time we get a female Sith.
Oh
in
yeah,
I think she should play a droid.
that would be
Like,
cool.
Or-
Saw's interest was like a dark assassin droid.
Or, hear me out. She could play Chewbacca's love interest.
Oh, shut.
Oh
Get
no
out.
way, a female Wookiee.
Yep. We'll
Okay.
call her Chewbacca.
I got a feeling that Chewie ain't gonna make it.
He's adorable. Don't make
Anyway,
fun of
yeah.
Chewie.
Like, we get our first villain in Captain Phasma, who's gonna kill it, Gwendolyn Christie. But everyone thought that she was a Sith, and people were, like, freaking happy, and I was freaking happy. I want a female Sith. I mean, we got the whole, like, we've gotten a few alien Siths. Like, the majority have been people. Like, we got, like, Kylo Ren. He's obviously human. Darth Vader was a human,
What?
although he was messed up. The
Kylo
Emperor
Ren's
was
a
a
human?
human. Count Dooku was a human. Darth Maul is really, like, the real abstract Sith Lord that we've seen in the movies so far.
Yeah,
I know
but all he's got is
expanded
face
universe.
paint and a couple
Yeah.
more.
I know in the expanded universe there's like a ton of female Sith. Asajj Ventress is canon.
She's great.
You like Ventress?
Yeah, I think she's so cool.
Yeah, man, she's the bomb. I don't know
She's
who that
pretty
is.
alright. You saw her in the Clone Wars episode. She had the two.
Yeah,
hill-
I remember her
the
being in
Oh, I know who you're
the
talking
Force
about.
Unleashed video game too. I thought. She
No. Ventress isn't in that.
What?
Yeah, no.
Who's that
That's
then?
what's her name? Something.
Identical twin sister?
No. Her name is
Point
Shit.
I'm trying to make is I'm wrong.
It's a failed apprentice of Shakti,
Stay
actually.
Puft Marshmallow Man?
Because, they made it.
Michael, what's with the Ghostbusters references?
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Her name is, I know it. She was
I thought they were the same character.
she's the failed apprentice of Shakti,
Yeah.
which is really interesting. And she turned to the dark side, and Starkiller just wrecks her.
Is Shakti the girl in Clone Wars 2?
Shakti's the alien. I don't know if you watched the.
Like, I know what Shakti looks like, but
Yeah.
is that like in the Clone Wars?
Yeah, she's in the Clone Wars. She oversees the clone production.
Ah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Swag in the bag, bro.
This is telling me what's her freaking name. Maris Brood. That's her name.
Oh, okay.
So different people.
Yeah, I like them both.
But so far in the Clone Wars, Ventress is still alive. Yeah, hasn't been killed. I don't know if there's any EU that was out there, because apparently there's an expanded universe Darth Maul book that I have not read, but I will, because it's supposedly canon, where he actually is now free from the Emperor's grasp.
Yeah,
so we don't know what happened to him.
Is it canon though?
Yeah, it is, Mike.
It's canon, but they're never gonna mention it.
You know what I really love about the Star Wars universe?
It's canon, but it's not canon.
You know what I really love about the Star Wars universe?
Stoops, I got an in with JJ. He let me know everything.
Michael, shut up.
And he told me of a possible Ghostbusters Star Wars crossover.
I think it's cool that in this universe there are different creatures with different lifespans. So even though some of these characters took place in history like 40 years ago or something, they could still come back. Because in a universe where Yoda's alive to be 900, these aliens could definitely live probably a solid 50 years without aging that much, right?
Or they could be like cats and die in 12.
Michael, get out.
Dude, it could go both ways. Maybe the aliens live in cat years, not Yoda years.
What are you talking? It doesn't matter. Dude, continue with what you were saying.
Get out of here.
It makes sense in my mind.
What, Anthony? What are you trying to ask me?
I don't even remember now.
Oh, Michael.
I ain't afraid no ghosts.
Michael, you ruin everything you touch.
I'm like the guy in Ghost Rider 2.
No, you're not. You're like the movie Ghost Rider 2.
No.
You suck.
No, I have the power of decay.
And Michael, you're literally ruining Anthony's podcast.
I'm still uploading this one. I don't care. But
I'm just saying that aliens could also have super short lifespans if they could have really long ones.
We get it, Michael. Your
So
opinion
don't
isn't
tear my
valid.
ass apart for saying it.
I was.
You're the one that thought two women couldn't be in a movie.
Let's move on. So
Burn.
So that was casting. So apparently Deadline has come out with an article where they have predicted how much money Star Wars The Force Awakens is going to make.
Did it say like $2.5 billion?
It's $615 million worldwide opening weekend.
That's more money than I can count.
Yeah, it's a lot more, I bet.
They counted to it.
But to put that into perspective for the people that are listening, the most money made worldwide opening weekend was the record was set from Jurassic World, and that made $524.4 million. So this is almost apparently projected to beat that by $100 million. So
don't overestimate.
I'm not going to overestimate Star Wars.
Big.
That's
like
a huge task, especially for a movie in December.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
still think the highest opening weekend in December, like domestic box office, was Avatar, and I think that made like $77 million.
That's chump
I've said this
change.
about. I've said this once. I'll say it again. No one expected Jurassic World to make that much money. No one.
Not a single person.
But it's like the trailers were all right, but then I mean you get like we haven't seen dinosaurs in a long time, and I feel like it's kind of similar. We haven't seen Star Wars in a long time.
Yeah, or at least good Star Wars.
Yeah, a very long time.
Yeah, very long time since good Star Wars. About 10 years since an alright Star Wars.
And all of these movies, like when the property takes like a few years off, like a decade off,
Yeah.
and then they come back, it's just huge.
Everybody loses their minds.
And not
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Terminator.
Yeah, that's a good point too. But Terminator, come on.
I don't think anybody had high hopes for it.
Also, the Terminator fan base is more of like an indie fan base.
Yeah.
than a
What?
big mainstream.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Terminator 2.
I feel like the
That's
It's
movie.
good, but that movie came out
fan base
forever.
for Terminator is like a bunch of 50-year-old men that were like, oh yeah, remember how awesome Terminator 2 was?
I don't know how old do you think Terminator 2 is.
Mike,
You don't
Yeah.
have to be 50 years old to enjoy
I
Terminator 2.
know it's not,
Anthony.
I'm
It's
just
amazing.
saying, that's how I feel, that's what I feel like it is.
I said it like yesterday to you.
I love Terminator 2. I
that
watched it for the first time a few months ago with Stoops. Had a great time watching it.
it's amazing.
I think it's almost
I-
a
He
perfect
cried.
movie. It's so
I
good.
think that if
He cried.
I still think that if James
Hey.
Cameron would have directed the third one, it could be the best trilogy of all time.
I mean,
Anthony, you totally cried.
it was sad.
Yeah, I'm not blaming you for
Wait,
crying.
where did he cry?
With
He
the
cried.
thumbs up.
When the
He
thumbs
thumbs
up
up.
happened? Dude, the thumbs up is awesome.
The thumbs
Yes.
up is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. But
We're off topic.
yeah. So
What do you mean? Terminator could be in. You know,
Here's-
he's a droid.
here's what I think about Star
He's a
Wars.
droid.
It's all connected.
I don't know if this opening weekend. Here's what I think. I think it's either gonna do under what anybody would expect,
Or
which
go
is
way
to
over.
me around like 150,
What? No. Get out.
or
Oh, Anthony,
Wait,
it'll
are you
make
saying domestic 150?
here's what I think. Here's honestly what I think. I think it's either going to make about $150 million opening weekend domestically,
Okay.
or it's going to make $250 million opening weekend domestically. Like,
Or it's going to make $350 million opening weekend.
I heard a prediction. I think it was from like the Rap or something that predicted the domestic opening weekend at $300 million. And all I could think of is, are there enough movie theaters
If
for
every
a
movie
movie
theater.
to open with
Here's
that
what's going to
big
happen.
of numbers?
Every movie theater is going to play Star Wars twice every 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're gonna.
There's going to be 2 theaters every 15 minutes playing Star Wars. 1 in 3D, 1 regular, and 1 every hour playing IMAX.
Did you hear that Star Wars is gonna be in IMAX for a month?
I mean, what
Whoa.
else? What else would go in that?
Yeah,
spot?
that's what's happening.
There would be nothing. Nothing's going to come out
Disney
after Star Wars.
reserved
To try and
every
take its
IMAX
spot.
screen in the United States for a month.
That's great. I'm gonna see it more than once in IMAX.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I don't
I mean-
plan on not seeing it in IMAX.
Yeah, I know, but-
I do.
Every time I go, I think I'll see it in IMAX.
I'm going to see it in IMAX and then I'll see it regular.
It's.
Hmm.
I remember.
Just because I have glasses and sometimes 3D fucks up
Yeah.
my eyes.
I think there's a bit of a. Like, I think people are kind of upset with it because apparently there are other movies that are coming out around the same time that you won't be able to
But
see in
Star
IMAX.
Wars.
I
Like
know.
what?
I know one of them is The Revenant. Which
You want to see?
people-
No, you don't need to see that in IMAX.
I mean, I'm sure The Revenant's gonna look beautiful, but I don't think.
When does The Revenant come out?
It comes out in. I think it has a limited release in December, and then I think it has a wider release in January.
Oh, really? I thought it was coming out in like November. Probably.
No, I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I've been thinking like people are saying this, but
Oh, it
I'm
comes
just
out.
like,
It comes out Christmas Day.
what movie do you want to see in IMAX? You want to see friggin' Star Wars because this movie's gonna be
Watching
like,
the trailer in IMAX is just.
oh,
like,
I know, it's amazing. I remember the first time I saw that trailer in a movie theater, I freaking won the whole theater clapped.
Everybody started clapping.
And
Also,
the whole
this
theater
was at the
clapped
event
and gave a
marathon.
great applause. And I didn't cry because I already cried when I saw it on my computer. But boy, did I want to.
I didn't cry because I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Oh. And you know what? We haven't talked about it, but a few days ago, maybe about a week ago, there was an Instagram teaser for Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and there wasn't that many new shots, but they did show Finn holding that blue lightsaber. Yep.
Huh?
What?
Was it? It's an Instagram.
Yeah,
teaser?
it's an Instagram teaser.
Yeah, the official Star Wars Instagram released it.
Yeah.
The one
But,
that I saw.
And then they showed
It was
obviously
like 30
that,
seconds long. Am I thinking of the wrong thing?
It's 16 seconds long
Yeah, it's 16
and
seconds.
2 new shots, and the new shots is just where it works. I felt it, and Ray is just like looking up at something, and then Kylo Ren and then the music goes, and then Kylo Ren goes, and then Finn's just like, and then it ends. There you go.
I
Yeah.
want you to do a shot by shot of the entire Star Wars movie.
I'll do it, bro.
I want you to
Basically-
explain it exactly like that.
I got a funny story about that Star Wars trailer, that little teaser. I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" Oh my god, like look, it's Finn. He's got the lightsaber. How great! And then I showed Michael. I brought my phone downstairs. I turned on the trailer, made him watch all 16 seconds. Then he looked at me and he was like, "You faggot!" Just.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
all I wanted to do is show you a little Star Wars.
I told you I don't want to see. I'm trying to avoid as much as possible.
Dude, we haven't seen a lightsaber activated on screen in years.
Yeah,
Let
Just
us
saw
exactly.
Kylo Ren's-
Luke.
I was talking to Mike.
Not a blue one. Not a
Oh,
like
sorry.
good Jedi one. You have no idea the importance of this.
Yeah,
Ah.
and
I
not only
avoided-
that, but that's the lightsaber.
I avoided
Yeah, that's like
seeing- I
That's
avoided
like
seeing as
the
much
first
as
lightsaber.
I avoided seeing as much of Avengers 2 as possible before it came out, and it was all worth it.
and I spoiled the death.
Yeah, you did.
And you
Now
totally
I'm trying to
deserve
do it for this movie.
You better watch how
I
you
watched
act,
the
'cause
first
I'll
trailer,
spoil
and
you.
then
I will
watched
spoil
that,
you
But I'm
again.
never watching anything more than once. And if I see it by accident, I'm not gonna like close my eyes or anything. Like if there's a new trailer that I see in theaters before a movie, I'm not gonna.
What are you do? Are you doing that for Batman v Superman and stuff like that?
No, I don't care about Batman v Superman enough.
You know what's funny is he was doing
You
really
cared
good.
more about Age of Ultron than Batman v Superman?
Yeah,
Really?
because there was a Hulkbuster fight in Age of Ultron,
Oh shoot! Yeah, that was.
and it
pretty-
was awesome because I saw.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to
Yeah.
sleep.
Michael was doing really good with not watching Ant-Man trailers. He did the whole thing where he like. avoided,
Yeah, I didn't
like-
watch.
like
I
the
saw
fight.
like the first Ant-Man trailer too.
Yeah. So, right before we were going to see Ant-Man, there was an Ant-Man TV spot, and
I was.
It was on
I never
TV,
watched TV.
and
I was
Michael's just,
downstairs and the
like-
TV was on.
yeah, it was
Shows
just
fucking Falcon.
it was just on, and it showed the Falcon, and he's like, "The Falcon's in this movie." And I was trying so hard to not spoil that for him, and I was just like, "God damn it!"
I was fucking pissed too.
But
That's a great fight in that movie.
that is a great fight.
Yeah, I wish I could have saw it for the first time in theaters.
You know what's interesting about that fight is it goes back to that thing that George R.R. Martin said about superheroes and supervillains having the same powers, and when they fight, there's nothing super interesting because they come at each other, you know, with the same abilities. But Falcon versus Ant-Man is a different story. They have very different abilities.
What about Captain America versus 3 helicarriers? I'd say they're pretty different.
And
I never
Batman v
viewed the 3
Superman.
helicarriers as the bad guy.
They're the bad guy.
I just viewed them as tools that were being used by bad
No.
guys.
Shh. Nah, you know what
But-
you're talking about.
I was thinking that's one of the reasons why I think that fight is so good. is because they just have, you know, like different attacks on each other, and they could really screw with each other, and it's really funny. But that's off topic anyway.
George R. R. Martin talked.
Did you guys see today
Avengers,
that
none of
Steven
the
Spielberg
characters
said that whoops, sorry about that. Said that the superhero movie's gonna die.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Wait, what? Are you talking about Spielberg?
Spielberg said that he thinks that the superhero genre is gonna die off.
That's because it is.
Yeah,
It's so
sure it
saturated right now that it's ridiculous.
I don't.
Nobody's gonna care
I
about
think
it.
it's gonna die off. I don't think it's gonna die off for at least 10 years.
He made a good point. He said it's going to die off like westerns did.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Nobody watches westerns anymore unless Tarantino makes them because he's the only one that still likes them.
Pop culture just moves like that. It just things are popular and they become unpopular.
There was too many westerns coming out all at once that no one gave a shit, and now they're doing that with superheroes.
You know what's funny though is about a week ago, Quentin Tarantino talked about this whole superhero movie thing, and he said something really funny. They asked him how he felt about all the superhero movies coming out, and he's like, "Are you kidding? I love it. I wish they did this shit like 30 years ago," because he said
because Quentin Tarantino's awesome.
Yeah, because he said like back in the 80s, I probably watched more movies than like any other period in my life, and they were all shit. So I really wished they had some of these cool superhero movies out back then.
I wish he would direct one.
He
would make it good.
Is he working
He'd
on
make
it?
a great Deadpool director.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. I don't know how good he'd do with breaking the fourth wall.
Because
none of his movies are really funny.
If you could give
his movies are hilarious.
Yeah, dude, what are you talking about?
No, I feel like there's funny moments in his movies. Like Inglourious Bastards is really funny.
All of his movies are
but,
funny.
Like,
You
I feel
didn't
like
think Django Unchained was funny when Samuel L. Jackson, he's like,
I
that's
like that, and then
on a
like,
horse.
Yeah,
you didn't laugh at that?
No, but I'm
the
saying,
best,
I don't
the
think he'd be
funniest
able to
scene
do.
in
That's
Django.
like subtle comedy. I don't think he'd be able to do outright like fourth wall breaking comedy without it being stupid.
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
Quentin
I've never seen him
Tarantino's
do it.
crazy enough. Also, you know why he would be good at Deadpool?
I don't think he'd focus on it enough.
He'd be good
I
at
feel
Deadpool.
like that needs to be focused on a lot.
He would be good at Deadpool because he would have some great sword fighting choreography, just like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Right? But
Yeah, also,
if you would direct the action, it would be good.
Kill Bill Volume 2 literally starts with the bride talking to the camera.
yeah.
Yeah, you got a point.
I think the funniest scene in Django is when they're all putting on the masks and they're all complaining about the eye holes. They were like, "Who made this shit?" And yeah, and Jonah Hill's in it for like 5 seconds.
The one guy spits his dip out through the eye hole.
Yeah. I think he's incredibly funny. I think all of his movies are funny. I mean, Pulp Fiction is funny as shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think he'd be like put enough comedy in it, and fourth wall breaking.
Here's a question.
I don't know how he'd do it.
What other characters would?
I don't think he'd be able to. I don't think he'd be a good writer for it.
What other characters do you think he would be a good fit for?
I think he would have done a good Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think that he can do a good. If they were ever going to do a
Moon Knight.
Black Widow movie with.
He'd be great with Moon Knight.
think
Because Moon Knight's crazy and his movies are already crazy, so boom.
Yeah.
I think he'd do a good Black Widow Hawkeye movie.
You know what I would like?
If
what
anyone
I
was
would
to
have
make
liked
one,
to
I
see.
think I'd like him to do it, or maybe Matthew Vaughn.
I would like to see Quentin Tarantino do like a 1970s Daredevil,
Yeah, that'd be really good.
right?
Maybe, and he'd do a good Punisher.
Yeah, he would do a good Punisher, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Matthew Vaughn is so underrated. It's insane.
Who
Nobody
would-
knows who Matthew Vaughn is.
What?
He's the Kingsman guy.
He's got Kingsman, X-Men First Class, and Kick-Ass.
Yeah, he totally friggin'. Everybody says how great Bryan Singer is, but X-Men I think would still be dead if it wasn't for Matthew Vaughn. You know what I mean?
X-Men would be dead without Bryan Singer.
I mean, when he made
That's not true because he didn't kill X-Men.
yeah,
he
he
just
didn't
gave
kill
us
X-Men.
one.
Ratner did.
He just gave us one of the best superhero movies ever.
Brett Ratner killed
You ever
X-Men.
see that picture of
Yeah, but
Brett
what if
Ratner with his hand in his pants?
Yeah, that's
the
everywhere.
funniest friggin' picture
What?
ever.
Why? I'd be so embarrassed.
what if Bryan Singer never made X-Men 2?
then there would be no X-Men 2. What's your
Yeah.
question?
X-Men 1. You said
The point is,
dead.
the X-Men
Dead without
franchise
Bryan Singer.
was dead, and then Matthew Vaughn made First Class, and First Class is great.
Yeah. But Bryan Singer made the best X-Men movie still.
That's debatable.
X-Men 2 is the best X-Men movie.
You can honestly, to me, it's between X2, First Class, and Days of Future Past.
Now, First Class is in third place.
I don't know, man.
Oh, Magneto's great in that movie.
I'm going to tell you how it goes. It goes X-Men 2, Days of Future Past, First Class, X-Men 1.
You can't even say the title right.
What did I say? Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Fuck off. X-Men 1, and then the rest. What's the rest? Wolverine shitty movies.
Yeah.
Oh, X-Men 3 is at the very bottom.
Michael, do you remember that in First Class, Magneto was hunting down Nazis?
Yeah, I like the beginning of First Class a lot.
I'm sorry, but...
I like the beginning of First Class a lot. I like when it
Stoops.
shows Magneto get his powers.
Stoops is showing us a
That's-
BB-8 Lego that he got from Force Friday at Toys R Us.
I think the best part of First Class is the beginning with Magneto in World War II. And then I like when he's being pulled by the boat.
Yeah, that's really
From,
cool, right?
from nothing. I think that's really, really cool.
I think the best scene in First Class is when he moves the satellite dish, and Professor X gives him that memory of his mom, because he has, as a Holocaust survivor at a very young age, he has pretty much just horrible dog shit memories of his childhood. And he's at that scene when he's able to draw out that just one happy moment of his life, and that gives him the strength to move the satellite. That scene is so well done.
In the beginning,
It gets
of First
me
Class,
like every time I see it.
I haven't seen First Class at all.
Yeah, and Professor X wipes the tear off his
Yeah,
cheek.
for real.
In the beginning of First Class, does it show like them? I know it shows Magneto get with his
It
powers.
starts in the Holocaust, and then they.
But it doesn't show the rest of them with their powers super young, does it?
No,
It shows Professor X.
it just shows Professor X. And I
I
think
think
The
they should have done. They should have added Wolverine's origin from X-Men Origins Wolverine when he's fighting through all the wars, and then just deleted the rest of his Wolverine movie.
Some of the side characters in the First Class just suck. They're bad actors.
yeah, and I don't think Mystique was good in it either.
Dude, Jenny
Like
Lawrence.
the mutant and proud shit got annoying.
Yeah, that got stupid.
I still think it's a great movie though.
I think the scene when they're coming up with names sucks.
Yeah. You're Magneto.
Yeah, she said that like I hate
But,
it. I don't know why. I thought that was.
Oh, the person that plays Angel, every time she delivered a line, it was just so bad.
yeah, it was bad.
It was really bad, and I mean Banshee, the guy that
I
got
like
played,
Banshee.
he was fine.
I like him.
Havoc was the only good.
I love how he
supporting character.
fucked with
Is
all the
Banshee
Nemos.
Freckles? Banshee's the guy with his voice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, his name's Freckles.
Havoc was good.
Yeah.
Hank Pym is always good.
Hank Pym.
Hank McCoy.
Just call him Nux, bro.
His name is Nux. He's just a great actor. Period.
Yeah, he's really great.
It was the Red Devil guy that basically Nightcrawler.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hazel?
Yeah, Azazel. Shoot.
He was cool.
Azrael's DC.
So is he basically just Nightcrawler but red?
Yeah, he's Red
Yeah,
Nightcrawler.
you know that he's Nightcrawler's dad
Yeah.
Gasp!
with Mystique.
Ooh.
I actually didn't know that.
I can't wait
Yeah.
to see the new Nightcrawler in X-Men Apocalypse.
I can't.
I wish they would have
Sign-
just never gotten
Because
rid of
I
him.
thought it was such bullshit that Nightcrawler was so good in that movie, in X-Men 2, and then he's
Yeah,
just
he was the
fucking
best part.
gone. Just disappears.
It was
I guess
so-
But
it's-
the Unique Circus is known as the Incredible Nightcrawler.
It was so freaking awesome. Everybody, why would they get rid of him? I have to know what's going on with Fox's minds.
I have to know what's going on with Fox's minds.
You know what? It was all coming out at once. You can't stop this train.
I mean, I don't remember what I was just gonna say about it.
You guys remember when this was a Star Wars podcast?
I do remember.
We're on an X-Men tangent.
But it's not like a little dose of X-Men ever hurt anyone.
X-Men's awesome. Let's keep it up. X-Men 2 is the best X-Men. Terminator 2 is the best action movie.
Ever?
It's one of them.
Mad Max.
Is Dark Knight considered an action movie?
No.
No superhero movies in this genre.
Dark Knight, I'd consider it a thriller.
Yeah. Because there isn't a whole lot of...
Like a psycho clown thriller.
What would you put in what would you put in your top 5 action movies?
T2, Mad Max, Die Hard.
Finding Nemo.
Fury Road. Great.
Yeah, Fury Road. What else did I say? Did I say,
said T2, Mad Max, Die Hard. Die Hard's always in it.
Aliens.
I never even thought about putting aliens in it.
How many is that? Is that 4?
It's 4.
And is Star Wars an action? No, that's like fantasy sci-fi.
Yeah, it's like sci-fi, fantasy, adventure.
Shoot. I need to look at my phone. I have all my favorite movies written down in order.
Really?
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead.
That's a zombie movie.
Yeah, there's action. They throw CDs at people.
No, you could put Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
I can't think of another one.
Bad Boys 2, bro.
Yeah, Bad Boys 2.
I've never seen Bad Boys 2.
Well, they love it in Hot Fuzz.
It's awesome. They're making Bad Boys 3 and 4.
I don't know. Give me some more action movies.
The Raid 2.
The Raid 2. Yeah.
Never saw it.
It's awesome.
Oh, you gotta see The Raid 2.
Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Keep going.
Dread's awesome.
Okay, more.
Captain America 2.
That's
a good one. Well, that's an action movie. That's
no, I said
There's a
superheroes
lot
are
of really great action.
superheroes are their own genre. John Wick.
Oh yeah, I like John Wick more than Kingsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think because John Wick's one of those movies where it's just like he's ruthless.
Yeah.
He doesn't give it like he'll knock someone out and then shoot him in the head.
Bang bang. And then he gets the new dog.
I think every time I think of my favorite movie from last year, because I do this a lot, I'll just randomly think of my favorite movies from from last year, especially because there's so many. And I'll try and like make a list, and my top 3 are always the same, and then my 4th and 5th change every day.
Tell me this: what's your favorite scary movie?
Scary. Does it have like horror or like it has to be terrifying?
No, it can fall under the category of like a slasher, all that stuff.
Do monster movies count?
Yeah.
Maybe The Host. I really
you like The Host more than The Conjuring?
Well, I was gonna say The Conjuring. I think The Conjuring's terrifying. I don't think it's my favorite.
Yeah, The Conjuring is like super scary.
I'd say Conjuring.
It's not my favorite. It's just the scariest one I've ever seen.
The Conjuring is nightmare-inducing, but best movie I would say is probably like
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah! Oh shoot, that wins. You win. Silence of the Lambs is the best horror movie ever.
Even more over The Shining?
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs is way better than The Shining.
The Shining has
The Shining is
Silence
super uneasy. It's super... The Shining makes...
Do you guys forget how fucking fantastic The Shining is?
It's amazing. It's really...
I would like to tell you that The Shining has 1 great performance, but Silence of the Lambs has 3.
Dude. There hasn't been any spin-offs of The Shining. There's
all
been
work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Who's
The
cheering
Shining is just
you?
super
Jack
easy
Torrance
to
or like
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Oh shoot, that's
They
a
stole
Joker.
it. Oh.
Yeah.
They totally did steal that.
Yep.
The Shining was. You watched Room 237, right?
Yeah, I told you about
Yeah.
Room 237.
I haven't seen
the
it
way
yet.
it's super
Probably
interesting
not.
how it's they just show how the layout of the way they filmed it makes no sense. So you know that it like in the back of your mind, you know some of the like places where he's riding the tricycle around, like those hallways couldn't exist. Like the way it turns. It just makes you.
I can't
uneasy
wait
in
for the
back.
next Conjuring movie. I kind of don't want them to make another one though.
It's. I mean, it's
I
the
would
same
hope
guys.
that they.
It's still James Wan.
Yeah, it's still James Wan, but it's like
He did a good job with. He did a good job with.
James Wan has proven time and time again that he's capable of making good horror movies.
He did.
Yeah.
He did Insidious. He did a good job with Insidious.
Well, I actually think Insidious 3 is the best Insidious, and he didn't direct that one.
I think that none of those movies work without the other movies.
Did he make?
Yeah, I mean,
did
like,
he
they're
make
fine
Annabelle?
on their own.
Did he
No.
make Annabelle?
No, he didn't make Annabelle.
Is Annabelle supposed to be bad? I heard it was good.
Yeah, I heard it was terrible.
Really? I heard. I heard it was. I heard it was good.
I
heard it was actually like really good. Not Conjuring, like good, but
basically what I remember from Hannibal, or I almost called it Hannibal, from Annabelle was it came out and everybody was like, "Oh, it's such a piece of shit movie. Oh, it's the worst ever." And then like the day after, people were like, "Listen, guys, it's not really as bad as people are making it sound. If you want to go watch a fine horror movie, then just that's one worth watching."
It's because people are comparing it to The Conjuring, which is super.
Yeah, The Conjuring is just like it brings you to a level, and it just keeps you there.
That fucking
And
jump
I hate
scare with the bookshelf.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Made
that
me
movie,
shit my pants.
I don't know about you guys, but that movie sometimes I find it hard to watch because it's scary. That's scary.
I wouldn't find it. One of my favorite parts of The Conjuring is the scene when they're just showing the video of that old exorcism from a long time ago, and she looks into the guy's eyes and just like freaks the fuck out. And then it was like she didn't eat or talk or do anything for 8 days.
I think the part in The Conjuring where I was like, that's creepy, is when he was talking about the knocking coming in threes.
Yeah.
Really?
That
You
was
found
like-
that creepy?
Yeah, because it's
I
just
found
like
that interesting.
it's like a little tiny thing that they added on top of the creep.
Yeah, they totally didn't need to add it, and they totally did.
Yeah.
It was just
But
like
yeah, you're totally right.
Next level.
They're mocking the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that whole bookshelf
Knox.
jump scare is the scariest jump scare in any movie. I don't care what anyone says. That's the scariest jump scare in any movie.
Wait, which one?
The bookshelf one where the camera pans up.
That wasn't a bookshelf. I thought that was
Or,
like
no, not a bookshelf.
like an armoire.
Yeah, it was like a closet. It was like a
Yeah.
like a standout closet, and
It's so scary.
Well, when you guys were
there
saying
had been
bookshelf,
like
it was like,
knocks
oh, like-
on the closet or whatever, and they didn't know what was making the noise, and then they pan the camera up, and it's just right on the top of it.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I thought it was scary when it's like you see her knocking her head against the door,
Yeah.
and then she lays her in bed, and then the knocking continues.
James
Oh,
Wan,
Jesus.
he's got to be like one of the only directors that can get a good performance out of every child actor.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because all the there's like how many child actors in that movie? Like 4.
There's like, I don't know. There's a lot though.
They have like 3 little girls, and then the 2 people. I forget their names. Night Owl or what's her
Ed
name?
and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah, the Warrens. Their daughter did a good performance too. She's not in it as much, but
Well, I think that it's like he doesn't focus on the kids for a long time. If he wants to scare you with the kids, he'll scare you with the kids, but the movie's not. They're not the main characters. I think that's something a lot of people.
also The
don't
Conjuring's
understand.
funny.
You think so?
I don't remember laughing.
There was
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
maybe I'm thinking of Insidious.
You're probably thinking of Insidious.
I am.
You thought Insidious was funny?
There's the 2
Insidious
guys
is-
in it that are
that
funny.
trilogy
Oh,
is
yeah,
funny
yeah,
as
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, the 2 guys that are. I was thinking because we watched them dead. Like
Mike, if you think those two guys are funny, then you have to
You
see
should
the
see
third
the third one.
Because the third one is a prequel, so it takes place like
Yeah, I
probably
know.
like 10 years before all the others or something, or even longer.
The third one makes the first one scarier because like there's this woman and she told me
She's been
she'll
trying
kill.
to kill me, and that she was using friggin' Night Owl just as like a vehicle to get to her.
yeah.
I think the second one's the lamest.
I think the second one ties up so many loose ends with the first one, where it's like, oh my god, they've been it's like Back to the Future in this bitch.
I want to see Guillermo del Toro's new horror movie.
Crimson Peak.
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
Well, anyway,
I haven't even seen a full trailer.
I want to
Looks
see the
kinda weird.
freaking Gallows. When are we gonna watch the Gallows?
I don't know.
Dude, it has terrible ratings.
Yeah, but I like movies like that.
I don't even know what it's about.
It's about like
It sounds
I-
like they're just trying to rip off It Follows with the title.
what? That is not. They're nothing alike.
I love It Follows. I think that
You
movie's
love
great.
that movie? Love?
Dude, It Follows is pretty freaking good.
It's
I
fine.
don't think it's
Probably.
like the greatest thing that's ever happened.
It's such a good concept.
Yeah, I just think that like as far as a movie, it's made very. As far as the movie goes, like it's made very well.
I think the acting is like fine. It's
not
nothing.
it's not the acting to me. It's the universe they built, and it's
The whole idea.
It's very low budget, but it seems like they put a lot of work into
That girl's definitely better in The Guest.
it. Like they really cared. So I really like that movie. I think it's. Really
I feel
cool.
that girl's gonna. I feel like she's gonna have a big career.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, I don't even know who we're talking about, but
The girl from It.
You haven't seen The Guest. The Guest is another awesome movie.
She's gonna be in the new Independence Day.
oh, ID Forever.
Is that what it's called?
That was the working title for it for like 5 years. They just called it ID Forever. I think it's just called like it's either called Independence Day 2 or ID 2.
Is Will Smith in it?
No, but Jeff Goldblum is.
that's the best part.
Jeff Goldblum is the best.
Jeff
part.
Goldblum's in it still. Okay. Har, har, har.
Anyway, we went on a lot of tangents. I'd like to leave you with one last Star Wars thought. So
Speaking of-
apparently, I just learned this. The 3 Star Wars trilogies have names. The first one being episodes 1 through 3.
The good, the bad, and the evil.
The first one is called the Clone Wars. Or Clone Wars, not the Clone Wars. Clone
The
Wars.
first 1, 2, and
The
3.
second trilogy, being 4 through 6,
Okay.
is Star Wars, and then 7 through 9 is Jedi Wars.
That's retarded.
I agree.
Well, I just wanted to leave off with the Star Wars thought. So
Why is the
Where did you get
the
that?
first one named Clone
it's
Wars?
in some Star Wars book.
You should just
that
call
just
the
came out.
first one 1, 2, 3. We should have never made this piece of shit. Just don't remember us by this. Remember us by the originals. R.I.P. Tupac Shakur.
Idiots.
Hey, Sticks. What are you gonna call?
Do you guys want to do your Ghostbusters theme song?
Stoops, jump in at any time.
No, I'm good. I had no idea that I was being recorded the first time.
It was pretty amazing.
I've been bamboozled.
You've been bamboozled. Well,
I
anyway,
read
Something strange.
to anybody that, for everybody that's listening, thank you very much for checking out the podcast. Made it all the way through here. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, tell us everything Star Wars that you want to know, and everything related to weird X-Men and horror movie tangents that we went on during this podcast.
Subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to the Stupendous Way. Subscribe to my brother. He just started.
Subscribe to
a
the
YouTube channel.
Savage Dragon.
The Savage Dragon.
I made a fourth Friday
The
video.
most hated person on Skype.
Very hated person.
I'm the fucking shit, motherfucker.
Language.
It's the end of
Chill.
the podcast. No one makes it this far.
You want to bet? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, Mike.
I'm just fucking with you. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
But anyway, I love you all. May the force be with you.
Who are you gonna call?
Dun 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 dun
Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
You're still recording?
There's something strange. I know he is. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters and Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Bill Murray. Tom Hanks isn't in the